Hi, everyone. Just yesterday, I was driving to our Tuesday morning Bible study, which is at the Village Inn. And by the way, if you've not been to our Tuesday morning Bible study, it's the first and third Tuesday of the month at 9 o'clock at the Village Inn at Iliff and Chambers. We would love to have you check it out if you haven't had the opportunity yet. Anyways, as I was driving down Iliff to get there, there were two motorcycle police officers on the side of the road checking people's speed. And when I saw them, of course, I immediately panicked. And I looked down at my speedometer to see how fast I was going. Thankfully, I was going only 42 miles an hour, so I had that going for me. But I still, had this guilty feeling come up because that's whatever. I always feel guilty when I drive past a police officer. It's not the police officer's fault. Police officers are great. I just always wonder if I did something wrong without realizing it. Well, as I drove by the police officers, one of them pulled out into traffic right behind me and turned on his lights immediately. And I thought, here I'm getting nabbed for something I had no idea why. But as I looked in my rearview mirror, I noticed that the police officer was pulling over the person that was directly behind me. And so I breathed a big sigh of relief. Whether it's a police officer checking your speed or your mother calling you by your full name from the kitchen, when we encounter those in authority over us, we have a tendency to get a little anxious and maybe a little bit fearful. One of the lessons for Christ the King Sunday, which is this coming Sunday, describes our King. In Revelation chapter 1, it says that our King Jesus is the one who is and who was and who is to come. He is the ruler of the kings of the earth. He is the Almighty, the Alpha and the Omega, and He is coming on the clouds. We are going to encounter the one who is above all authority, power, and dominion. Does that make you nervous? If we're honest with ourselves, it probably should. How many violations could our King cite us for? It seems that we only have reason to be anxious and fearful. But that's not what Revelation tells us to expect. Instead, when in talking about the encounter we're going to have with our King, it says grace and peace to you. Grace and peace to you from Him who is and who was and who is to come. The one who is from eternity with all authority over all things is the one who loved us and freed us from our sins by His blood so that we get to stand before Him in His kingdom and serve His God and Father. This is the one authority figure that we don't ever have to fear because of the grace and peace He has given to us. This is the one authority figure that we always get to look forward to encountering, which is a good thing because He promises us that we are going to see Him coming on the clouds as He brings salvation for all who believe. God bless your week.